Well, good evening, darlings, and a very warm welcome to Tuesday Night Live. Now, the first question to answer is: are you in the right place? Because I took Sonia away with me yesterday, and I had to move her about, so I've had to guesstimate. Sonia is, of course, the name of my Sonia with a J, if you don't mind, Sonja, is the name of my small but perfectly formed tripod, named after a nice Polish lady called Sonia, who was small and indeed perfectly formed. And I think, darlings, that if you are happy, I'm happy with that. I don't think you're on the wonk. In fact, I think you're about in the right place. So if you are happy, I am happy. So there we are. A very warm welcome to Tuesday Night Live. Thank you so much for joining me. And today we are going to wave away Tuesday and we're going to welcome in Wednesday, Hump Day, middle of the working week as was. And of course, as you all know, half day closing in my home village of Glynneath in what is now, I believe, Neath Talbot, but it used to be Mid Glamorgan or West Glamorgan or some area of Glamorgan anyway. But there we are. And yes, we're going to spend the next hour in each other's company, back in the familiar surroundings of dear old Windy Bum, in the company of our faithful friends, our matching pair of his and hers highly powered hedgehogs of truth, together with their firstborn. And they are there, of course, for your deployment at your will. Now, there is going to be no action tonight for Toot and Ted the Tenting Tin, or indeed the Netty Petty Pisspot. However, Sean's box is going to get a double pounding to make up for the pounding that it didn't receive last night. Yes, last night, Sean's box got a rare but no doubt welcome day off. And of course, we have got our community portable electronic telephonic device upon which you could and ideally hope will leave a voice note. It was a genius idea of mine having the portable electronic telephonic device because I love, and I know that you all love hearing each other's voices. Whether you're just ringing in to say hi, or whether you're a genius and can do an amazing Donald Trump, uh, or whatever it is, really, whether it's instructing me to pound the box or just being incredibly sultry and sexy. We all absolutely enjoy it. So there we are. There we are. And of course, I am blessed, and we are blessed to have each other. All of you lovely community members, members of the inner scrotum, my beautiful, beautiful bogs, both his old geezers and gals. And you don't need to be old to be a bog. No, you don't. And I am looking forward to getting right into seeing who's with us and reading your fabulous comments. And I will do so once I've had a goodly slurp of my wine. It's been a warm day, it's been a long day. Um, I'm a bit knackered, but I'm really looking forward to a glass of lovely, cold, dry white wine, which will, I feel absolutely sure, perk me up a treat. So, here's to you, darlings. Cheers. Your very good health. Oh, excellent. The first voice note has pinged in. Cheers, your very good health. Bottoms up, if you're lucky, lads. Up yours, if you're not careful, ladies. And above all, with all of my love to each and every one of you, get stuffed. Thank you. Wine, do your thing. Oh. Oh, that's very pleasant. That's very pleasant indeed. Right, let's see who's with us then, shall we? I will scroll right back to the beginning of the comments, and I can see that our first cab off the rank tonight was none other than Jimmy Mighty Quinn, who greeted us with good evening, Boaty, and all. Good evening, Jimmy. He was followed by Richard Paulie Galtieri with his traditional good evening Boaty and everyone. Hope you've all had a good day. The pings are from Mr. Parry, who seems to be, well, not incapable. He just prefers not to put all of his voice on one note. He likes to split it up, and why not? And then third cab after rank was none other than Steve Colg, who says, "Night all, I'm going to bed and being sensible. How's Mustard? He's fine. He's absolutely fine." Also with us, we've got Peter P, Tonic 110, who else have we got? Steve 69 Fouquet. We have Matron, the Greenwood, evening all from not a hotel room in North. All safely home now. Hope everyone enjoyed last night's shenanigans. Videos of all the doings are on their way. And with Emma comes Emma Lemon of the eponymous YouTube channel, Emma Lemon, who says, "Good evening, gorgeous people," and Boaty. Thank you for that, the M11. Who else have we got? Lots of hellos flying around. Did Mustard break down? It's all good. He'll get a video out of it. No, Steve, he didn't. I don't know what happened there. It was all a bit disastrous yesterday, to be quite honest, and I'm a little disappointed for the girls. Mustard didn't bother reading any of the messages that had been sent to him, so he had no idea that we'd arranged to go out somewhere nice for lunch and all of that. So he was just in his yard gear, and we were going to quite a nice place. And then he didn't turn up with the live stream. Didn't let us know until we were halfway through the live stream, and didn't explain why. So I was a little disappointed, if I'm honest, for the girls, because they were so looking forward to the four of us doing a live stream together for the first time ever. And they put a hell of a lot of effort in, and they made a lot of arrangements, and they spent a lot of money to arrange it all and to do it for Mustard's convenience right on his doorstep, so that he didn't have to travel or consider a hotel stay. And and he didn't bother reading the messages, didn't bother turning up. So that I was really disappointed for the girls, if I'm honest. But there you go. That's Mustard for you, isn't it? And we had a reasonably good time anyway. I mean, it was lovely to see Matron. Always a pleasure to see the M11. I'd seen her quite recently, of course, and I'll be seeing her very soon. I'll be seeing her in 13 days from now. So it was very much a case of au revoir when we said goodbye, or au revoir, if you get what I mean. So that's the MHM do over and done with, and now we look forward to the next Mondays on the horizon. Who else have we got with us? Nigel of 00 Garage with his sub 2K Mustang. I'll be watching that video after the live. And we've got food news from Stu. We always need food news. Tonight, says Stu, I had smoky barbecue pork ribs from Aldi with crispy fried onions from Home Bargains. These are versatile and tasty additions, he insists. Well, we will take your word for it. Tonic 110 had beef with pasta and black bean sauce. An interesting combination, of course. Black bean sauce being traditionally a Chinese thing, which one would expect to have with rice. But Tonic 110, he dares to dip a toe into the area of fusion cookery. And he has made an Asian Italian bit of fusion cooking there, and why not? I'm sure it was delicious. Also with us, creeping in, is Cairgorn One, evening all. True Crime UK, the lovely Carl, good evening all. Hope all are well tonight. Timestamp from Jimmy Quinn, 2300 hours. Don't forget to like. We're not too far behind, darlings. I'm trying hard tonight. There are hellos flying around. He was Cairngorm one. I knew that. Yes, Kenneth Williams was called Dr. Tinkle in Carry On Doctor. Winslow Burdett joins us. A very good evening to you. Dan is with us. Good evening, Dan. More hellos flying around. Yes, the flowers do desperately need changing. I'll get on to that. Dan has dropped the engine oil out of his 125 after a good rack. So there we are. That's splendid. Also joining us, Alan Simpson. Greetings, honourable community, Boatster, and the furry friends. Good evening, Alan. I hope you're terribly well, my dear chap. Who else have we got? No, Sonia didn't have 3 legs, Peter P. She had 2, and very nice they were too. Was Sonia from Liverpool? Asked Mr. K. No, she was from Poland, although originally, and then living in, up near Nigel, actually. So hot tonight, says Dan. It is a very warm one. Oh, very good, Stu. Maybe Sonia was a pole dancer. Boaty survived the night with Emma and Matron, says Richard. Well, it wasn't the whole night. They did kind of bugger off at some point. Although apparently the party moved outside for a while. I have a hazy memory of that. What I can tell you was that my portable wine fridge idea and my staff curry cooking facilities all worked beautifully. And I enjoyed my chilled wine very much indeed. And I enjoyed my staff curry in my hotel room. It was absolutely delicious. And then I had a very hearty breakfast this morning. And I must say a massive thank you to my dear friends, Emma and Tracy, Matron and the M11, for yesterday and today, and for their all of their efforts and generosity, and just thank you for making it happen, and look forward to the next one, which will not be in Rochdale. And you heard that here first, darlings. I think the next one might be, well, I think what I suggested was that we rotate, do one in Wales, do one, oh no, did I say Wales? Or do one here, one in Great Yarmouth, or that way, Emma's neck of the woods basically, and one in London. So everybody kind of gets a local one. And I suppose that what we should do really is open them up to you guys as well, and just turn them into community meets. MHM meetup, sure, but make them open to the community as well, should any of you lovely people care to join us. So that's a thought going forward, isn't it? We can talk about that. Right, the other thing to tell you is that I think that I might need to find a way to buy a new mattress. And the reason I say that is last night in the hotel, I had the best night's sleep that I've had since the accident. And I woke up this morning in noticeably less pain than I do here at Windy Bum. Now, obviously, that's because I've had a car accident and I'm broken, but I don't think my mattress is helping. The mattress I sleep on here was given to me about 10 years ago. So it was secondhand 10 years ago. God knows how old it is. And perhaps it could do with being replaced, because I was so much more I've never noticed it before. I've never noticed a problem with my mattress here. And I've never noticed being particularly more comfortable in a hotel room, but I bloody noticed it last night with a bad back. And as I say, this morning was a lot less painful than it usually is. So I might need to look at a new mattress. I'd like to find out what the mattresses are in a Premier Inn, because that was fabulous. That excuse me, that really was fabulous. I bet Tracy will know. If you want to know about Little Chef, you go to Alan. If you want to know about a Premier Inn, you go to Matron. Andrew Buttigieg joins us, Ivor Spotty, of course. Stratosphere is with us. Good evening to you. Ian Hulley is with us. Hello there. Pete Yedo joins us. Hello to you. Mystic Hair. Oh, this is fabulous. Oh, the gang really is all here, isn't it? Oh dear, Dan failed his motorcycle mod 2 test today. Oh, I'm sure you'll nail it next time, Dan. The big question is, did our MHM get banned from all Premier Inns or only the Rochdale thing? We've not been banned as far as I'm aware. I mean, in fairness, it was too loud last night and it went on too late. Now, Emma and I had planned or hoped to bring the live stream forward an hour and run it like 9 till 11 or just after 11 rather than 10 till midnight. But Matron didn't rock up until the last minute. She was chilling out of the room, and Mustard didn't rock up at all. So we kind of weren't able to do that. But honestly, we were too loud and we were too late. So the knock was well deserved. But so apologies if anybody's watching. Obviously there won't be. But yeah, it was... we were a bit out of order last night, and last night was particularly loud. And to be clear, it was joint responsibility. Not one of us was louder than the other two. And that's a total lie. Matron is 3 times louder than any of us. But it was too loud and too late. But as far as I know, we didn't get banned. Evening, Boaty, says AJ Evans, and a very good evening to you. Thank you for joining us. Oh, it's another 325 quid for Dan to take it again. Oh dear. Oh, that's bad news. That's bad news. Everybody's saying hello to AJ, which is rather lovely. Food news from Alan Simpson. Tea was salad with chicken goujon, bacon, cheese and balsamic dressing made it more exciting. Well, it would do. It would do. No, you're not, Pete. You're not at all. Burlington Bertie, very good evening to you. Steakold fell asleep on last night's stream, but Emma and Tracy woke him up a few times, and he was knackered. Food news from Richard. Oh, it's going to be bloody steaks again, isn't it? Every time he writes in with his food news, it's that. I bet you it's steaks. I've not looked. Right, here we go. Dinner tonight, says Richard, was fillet steaks, plural. How bloody insulting is that when a lot of us can't afford one of them? Fillet steaks, plural, with Mediterranean roast vegetables, new potatoes and French beans, followed by Morello cherry bakewell tart and ice cream. Blimey. Well, good for you, mate. Why not? Why not? Last night's stream was noisy, says Steakold. Yes, it really was. Shame about Mustard. It was. Have you pissed Mustard? No, of course I haven't. I can't read that one out. Ah, Diane joins us, our very own hippie head mistress. You all know what to do when the headmistress walks into the room. Oh, thank you, Emma. You're welcome, Boaty. That's very kind. Did you heat the curry up in the hotel kettle, Boaty? Asked Steve. No, I heated it up in my mobile staff curry heating device that I've shown you on many occasions, and it worked absolutely beautiful. That portable cooker thing, says Kegon1, will probably work nice on a power station for camping. It would. I had thought that. Yes, it would. Glad it tasted good, Boaty, says Richard. God knows what Emma did with that spider when you went out for a smoke. Oh, okay. Jason on a motorcycle, says Dan. Jokes. Can anyone imagine this? Well, some people have seen it. I've owned a couple. Um, well, I've owned two. I had, oh God, what was it called? A Yamaha VMAX. And I had a Ducati SP915, the Carl Fogarty, the full Carl Fogarty race replica bike. That was a handful. But so if I don't know if anybody can imagine that, but feel free to try. Brian Latix is with us. Really enjoyed last night. I'm so glad. And thank you for coming back, Brian. JB2 is with us. Jim Bob II, evening gherkins. Kegon1 says, I think the girls deserve one near them after travelling for that one. And I would agree with that fully. I would absolutely agree with that. Independent Puppy joins us. Hello, Boaty and all. You can buy Premier Inn mattresses, Boaty, says JB2. Can you really? How much are they? Seriously, how much are they? They're going to be stupidly expensive, aren't they? Turn your mattress over, says Mr. Cat. I turn my mattress over every time I change my bedding. I turn it over one way and I turn it over the other way. I've always turned my mattress. A good mattress, says Diane, is the best investment. I was told years and years and years ago, never skimp on mattresses and shoes because you're going to be on one or the other. Matron says Premier Inn sell their own mattresses. How much are they? Can anybody tell me? I mean, I won't be able to afford them, but and Matron says the mattress and gives the link. 950 quid. That's not happening. That's not happening. Kegon1 says, I had one of their Silent Night memory foam ones, and geez, it did my back in. Swapped to pocket sprung and sleeping is heavenly now. Get a good mattress topper, says Vicky B. Maybe cheaper. What's a mattress topper? I'm not familiar with that. Ian says, when the springs have gone, I'll bring you a mattress from Amsterdam if you cover the shipping costs. Oh, right. Did you notice the pictures on the wall before you left? Asks Nigel. No. Was there enough of those paper-thin single-sheet bog wipes? Oh, I didn't enjoy those. I did have a fairly sizable movement this morning, and I found those super thin single-sheet wipey jobs quite inconvenient. But yeah, there was enough of them. Mine was $2.5 grand when it was new, says Richard, but I definitely need a new one. Bloody hell. Evening, Josh. Bloody hell, $2.5 grand. Vispring or Vispring, says Diane. Beautiful mattress, but you need a mortgage to buy one. Forget a new mattress. If they're that kind of price, then I'm making do with what I've got. My back is just going to have to mend itself. Fair play, says Dan. Yamaha VMAX and wow, Ducati. Yep, they were my two. Jimmy says Mustard is doing a 1,000-mile road trip. He wants sponsors and he's got them. I can report. So there's no reason for it not to happen now. I never skimp on toilet seats, says JB2. Well, it would be difficult to clean off, wouldn't it? Boaty needs a mattress pounding box. It'd have to be a bloody big box if they're that price. Why can't you fully open the windows at these motels? Asked you. Two reasons. One, so you can't jump out, and the other, so you can't hang out of them and smoke. You can't even go out and use the balconies at the Grand Hotel in Llandudno now. Although I will admit that I broke out onto my balcony when I stayed there in January, and I will do the same again this time. Independent Puppy says, "Oh no, you can get a new mattress far cheaper than that." Oh, thank God for that. There's some really good cheap mattresses on Amazon, says Caregun One. I wouldn't know what I was looking for. Yes, says Emma, I hate the Premier Inn bog sheets. They're not the best. There's a mattress going spare down my local country lane, says JB2. And Ollie Owls' alter ego, who is my friend Steve, says that evening there was one on the side of the road near me. Yeah, they're always on the side of the road, aren't they? Diane says you need to think about the cost over the time you have the mattress. It's cheaper than a bottle of wine per night. That's a very valid argument, Diane, but I haven't got that money. That's even more valid. I spent under 400 quid, says Emma, on a half memory frame, half spring mattress in 2021, and it was the best investment ever. I sleep so well. I haven't got 400 quid either. Yeah, I'm making do with the one that I've got. Right, I've caught up with the comments, so that means that we can indulge ourselves, darlings, and enjoy a voice note or three. The next voice that you hear will be from the Leisure Peninsula. Oh, yes.
So what time did you get kicked out the hotel room last night? Did he come back after your live stream, or was it just on the live stream here? How'd it go, you sir?
Just on the live.
No problem, sir. Today I went out with my mother and my nephew. I went to Elfney Port, went to Butcher's. We ended up having a sausage roll and a Coke and a Battenberger cake. And this evening I had steak, chips, and peas and ketchup, followed by my third ice cream of the day, sir.
Gosh.
No problem, you're a wanker, sir. I'll send you a photo of the ice cream I actually had, the picture of the wrapping, sir.
Oh, thank you.
No problem, you are a wanker, sir.
And there is the very picture. It's I think that's a dairy milk caramel ice cream there.
My steak was ribeye, by the way, sir. I had.
Oh, bad luck.
My mattress cost me 1,500 quid, sir. On 5 years, the best thing you bought. It's like gold plated.
Hang on, I missed that one. Play that one again.
My mattress cost me 1,500 quid, sir. On 5 years, the best thing you bought. It's like gold plated.
Bloody hell. You lot are clearly in a different league financially to me. 1,500 quid on a mattress. Bloody hell. Bloody hell. I mean, imagine having 1,500 quid to spend on anything. Blimey. Well, a man can dream, can't he? A man can dream. I'm interested in what a mattress topper is. I might have to Google that. I've heard about them. I just don't know what they are. I think I've heard about them because people use them in motorhomes or when tenting or something. But there you go. There's a whole world that I've got to learn about, darlings. Oh dear. Right. And we're into the second half of this evening's symposium. This is exciting, isn't it? Everything is any more? No, that is it. There are no more voice notes. Not at the moment anyway. We might get some more then. You never know. Oh, what was I going to say then? Oh, I was going to say it's all a bit chaotic here. I need to have. Oh, you see, I said we might get another voice massage. The next voice that you hear will be posh and sexy. So there you go. That's two of the Spice Girls. We just need the rest of them to call in.
Hello, Boaty.
Told you.
Pound that box, please. And while you're doing so, I'll just explain what a mattress topper is.
Oh, thank you.
There was one on the Premier Inn bed, and it's like a fitted sheet that goes over the mattress, but the bit that you lay on is sort of nicely padded, so it's nice and comfortable.
Oh,
It's quite good if you're starting to have, springs poking through into your bits and pieces.
right.
Stop you getting any injuries while you're laying down. Yeah, very comfortable. But however, I don't know if it would help in your situation, with, random bones sticking out everywhere.
Yeah. Oh, was that it? Oh, right. Okay, thank you. Well, let's get the box pounded, shall we? And it is, of course, a double pounding tonight, darlings. This box really is getting somewhat weighty. Listen to that. £1, Welsh, Pascal. 2 of the King's pounds. 3, 2, 1, 1 pounding. 3, 2, 1. A double pounding, darlings. And I've told you all what's going to be happening with the boxes and whatnot in the future, haven't I? I am still daydreaming heavily about potential plans, and I had great fun discussing them with my MHM colleagues over the past 48 hours or 24 hours, however long it's been. I get confused, darling. I do get confused. And yeah, some of them are quite exciting. Now, they're only dreams. They're only dreams. And there is a very strong chance that none of them will actually come true. However, I'll share them with you, shall I? I mean, I probably have already, but I'll share them again. Okay. One dream is to actually get to Anglesey in Netty. Now, that is doable in theory. Another dream is to get back to Malta. Again, that is potentially doable in a real life scenario, because Ram is desperate to go and he would be funding the majority of it in exchange for my company and local knowledge and expertise, and the fact that I would drive the car because I know every inch of the Maltese islands. So those are doable. And then we start getting into the realms of fantasy, darlings. And of course, there's my bucket list road trip to take my mum on her final journey. You all know the story. I'm still dreaming about that. Put a thing in the Facebook group. Big Tall Steve, my mate Big Tall Steve, who is the ideal road trip companion, because he is, he's a lovely guy. He's a genuinely lovely guy. I've known him for a large number of years, and he is just a lovely, lovely man. Great company. He's funny. He's really good company, but he is a top class driver. He's one of the few people that I would trust to sit in the passenger seat and close my eyes, or let him drive one of my cars, or drive on the continent, that sort of thing. I'm not a nervous passenger. I'm not a nervous passenger, full stop. Not by nature. But generally speaking, what's this? Who is that from? Ah, it's from Mr. Parry, and it's a link to a mattress. Cheap mattresses on there. Where is it? Oh, on Amazon. Okay. 158 quid. Well, it looks a good thick one, to be fair. Thank you, Mr. Paddy. I'll have a proper look at that afterwards. Oops, don't want to press that. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. Victor Stephen is driving. He is genuinely an expert driver. So he would be the perfect guy to go on a road trip with because you could trust him absolutely to share the driving and his experience at driving on the continent, which is a little bit different. I'm sure you've all done it. Now, obviously, in times gone by, I've lived all over the world. I've driven in so many places. I've driven all around Europe. I've driven in Africa. I've driven in Asia. I've driven in America, and I'm at home. I'm as at home in a left-hand drive car as I am in a right-hand drive, and I'm very comfortable driving on the wrong side of the road, as it were. So I would have, admittedly, it's been a little while, but I would have no qualms whatsoever about driving down to San Sebastian. It would, I'm sure that it would still be second nature to me. I've done it so much, as has Big Tall Steve. So he would be great. I mean, if we were to do that road trip together, we'd save a fortune because we could do that on we could actually do that in one drive. He's done similar on his own, as have I. We could do it comfortably with two of us because one could drive and one could rest, you know? So, or we could do it much more comfortably as a single overnight on the way down, an overnight there or 2 nights there, and a single overnight on the way back, making it four nights total. But he said that's one of his bucket list road trips because of the coastal area from Bordeaux kind of onto the Spanish border, which is stunning. I've meandered around there quite a lot, and if you've never been there on that man-made coastal area, then it is utterly spectacular. So, yeah, so that's a dream to do the San Sebastian thing. But in order for that to happen, something else would have to happen. I'd have to get a chunk of money from somewhere, and obviously the only possible chunk of money arriving out of the ether would be an injury payout from the insurance. And since the change in government legislation regarding such things, there's no guarantee of that. Although, I have no doubt the lawyers will do their thing and we will see what happens. But I'm not counting any chickens. But that is a little bit of a dream thing. Another dream thing, which would be contingent on the same or a similar lump of money coming in, would be to finally go to Nepal. And I would have a choice of people to go with, but I would probably choose Ram because we were talking about it tonight, potentially planning, getting a little bit excited about planning things. And as Ram pointed out, I was always going to go with Bish, but Bish is so political now and so important that he would have, if we went to Nepal, all of his time would be taken up like that because he would just be grabbed because he's high profile political figure these days. And he would have no time to, look after me or show me around. Whereas, as Ram said, he would have all the time in the world. His parents are no longer with us. he would have to spend a couple of days catching up with family, but otherwise he would be free to show me around the country. And he was saying that we'd have a couple of nights in Kathmandu, a couple of nights in Pokhara, a couple of nights somewhere else, have a skirt around Everest, all of that kind of thing. But again, that's another dream scenario. It's not an idiotic dream, because I would be looking at about £1,000 for airfare. And then getting about in Nepal is very cheap. Ram owns properties in Nepal, of course. So, we'd be staying in his properties. He'd be taking care of a lot of it. So the whole trip, and it would be, genuinely a trip of a lifetime, a one-off, never to be forgotten trip. My budget for the whole trip would need to be about 1,500 quid, 1,500 quid, which isn't, it's impossible for me under normal circumstances, of course. But in terms of a holiday budget, well, families who have to go away in the school holidays, they can easily spend that having a long weekend in Center Parks, or, in bloody Tenerife or something like that. So for a once in a lifetime trip to Nepal, it's not silly money. But again, that would be dependent on. And the other dream thing that, and I love this idea. I was talking about it at length with Emma. Shall I tell you? Yeah, I'll tell you. It's a little idea I've got. Again, a dream scenario if I were to get a chunk of injury money, which is, a dream. It is a dream, but I had the idea of buying a camper van. Now, Nettie is a Talbot Express motorhome, and Nettie is for life, not just for Christmas. Nettie will never go anywhere. She's too important to me, partly because she is a real life, 3D memory of what was quite a special time in my life, really. Well, it was, and Nettie is the real life result of that time. So that would be reason alone to never let her go. But also just take that out of the equation, and just what she is. I just fell in love with her, and I'm still in love with her. So Nettie would never ever go anywhere. But I had the idea. So Nettie is a Talbot Express motorhome. I had the idea of buying, in the dream scenario, as we go into winter, so the end of the season, the beginning of the winter season, buying a Nettie camper, a Talbot Express camper, the camper van version, which is smaller, more compact, blah, 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 blah. Having it as a project over the winter, using it, trying to improve it in any way that I could, and then selling it come spring. So have it as a YouTube project type thing. Now, the premise behind that would be that things like motorhomes and convertible cars and tents, they go very cheaply at the end of the season, and then they command a premium at the beginning of the next season. So in theory, if you were careful, you could buy one in October, say, sell it in April, say, and make a decent profit margin just by the times of the year. The fact that the market is depressed at the end of the season and the market is more buoyant at the beginning of the season. So that's your starter for 10. That's your kind of, that's your head start. But then if you factor in YouTube and a little bit of notoriety, now it's undeniable that if you are a YouTuber and you're a YouTuber that some people watch, then when you have a vehicle or something like that and you come to sell it, the fact that it's been all over YouTube means that it will sell for more than it would normally be worth. And that's just an absolute fact. So that would be another thing in your favor. And my idea is that, you know, if you had the thing over winter and you gave it some character, you dressed it like I've dressed the inside of Nettie with nice crockery and curtains and frilly shit and all of that, and gave it a name, used it over the winter, gave it loads of YouTube coverage, so loads of people became familiar with it, gave it a name, and I've already got the name. It would be called Madam Fanny. You know, sticking to the old what's it called? Hello, sticking to the hello theme. And all of those things combined means that I think that there's a chance that you could buy a camper in October, use it over the winter, get a load of content out of it and fun out of it, and then flog it for a relatively goodly profit margin come the next spring. So that would be the challenge. It would be a bit of a challenge thing. Could I do that? Could I buy it, use it over the winter, and then sell it for a profit in spring? Or would I just be completely useless and end up selling it at a loss? You know, either way, it would be good content and a fun project and a fun thing to do, I think. So, and there you go. Those are my dreams thus far. Excuse me, that was a wine burp. If certain things happened. And some are admittedly more dreamy than others, but the Nettie thing in Anglesey, I don't want to say it in case, but if I woke up tomorrow morning and I felt like I did when I woke up this morning, having slept on a different bed in a Premier Inn, then I'd say, sod it, next Monday we'll do Anglesey and Nettie, and I would just book it and nail my trousers to the mast. I would love to do that. I would absolutely love to do that. So we'll see how I feel tomorrow morning. We'll see if I wake up tomorrow morning having slept here at Windy Bum, crippled and in agony again. Whereas this morning I woke up in discomfort and I was a bit hobbly when I went to breakfast, but God knows I wasn't as bad as I am here when I try and cripple down the stairs and get the pain relief down my neck. I mean, that will give you an idea. Here at Windy Bum, the first thing that I do is I fight to get out of bed, have my wee, fight to get downstairs, and it's not easy coming downstairs first thing in the morning when you're all crippled and bent and stiff. And the first thing I do is get pain relief down. I didn't do that this morning. I got off the bed, discomfort, but no real problem. Got dressed, went down for breakfast, and it was only I was excited to get down and see Matron and Emma. You know, the messages had been pinging, and I completely forgot to take any pain relief. And there's no way that I would forget to do that here because the pain is the biggest thing on your mind. And this morning, the pain was not the biggest thing on my mind. That's kind of a thing, isn't it? So I would love to And I so miss netting. I would love to get away now next Monday. 6 days' time, isn't it? Right, let's get back to your comments. Oh, God, how many have I missed? Oh, quite a lot. How far back have I got to go? Oh, right, I remember that one. Ah, yes, here we are. Okay. Kegon1 says, I can't say that. Something gel, individually pocket sprung king mattress, 5 foot with soft fabric, 10-inch hybrid for pressure and back pain relief, medium firm inner box, about 180 quid for a king size. Can highly recommend it. Well, that would be kind of a bit more potentially feasible. And I haven't got a king size, I've just got a standard double. So if anybody wants to suggest a really good just standard double mattress for back pain and comfort, please do. How about trying Vicky's idea, says Diane. Save for a good thick mattress topper, much cheaper. I'm totally open to that. I'm totally open to that. Here's an idea, Boaty, says Mystic Hair. Take the mattress out of Nettie. You say you always sleep well on it. I do, actually. But Nettie's mattress is cut to fit that sleeping area in Nettie. But so I wouldn't take it out. And it's only about that thick, so I don't know what it's made of. But I do always sleep well on it. So that's actually making me think maybe I should just risk getting away in netting next Monday on the basis that even if I'm still crippled here, in netty, I might not be as crippled as I thought because the mattress might be better. I have always slept amazingly well in netty. I do prefer the overcab bed to the downstairs, I must admit. But that is thought provoking. Thank you, Mystic Hair. God. Strongly recommend a mattress topper, says Ian. Make sure it's a memory foam one for the relief of pressure points and aches and pains. Right, I need to look into this mattress topper thing, don't I? That looks like the cheapest option to make at least an improvement. I have a very thick cooling mattress topper as I get very hot, says Diane. Interesting. Kay Camper joins us and says good evening and welcome, Kay Camper. Thank you for joining us once again. Lovely to have you. Whizzing through. 23:45. Thank you, Jimmy. I'm catching up. I'm only 10 minutes behind, having ignored these. Yeah, the left-hand drive thing, it's familiarity breeding contempt. And I'm so used to driving a left hooker, and I've spent so many days, weeks, months, years driving on the right that honestly it is just second nature, and I'm sure it still would be. Like the first time that I drove my family in the States, which was the first time I drove them, we were in Vegas, and I drove them to Glitter Gulch. I didn't want to do it. I was doing something else that night that they didn't want to do. So I drove them down to Glitter Gulch, or where oh, well, what was it called? What's it street? Oh, I can't remember what it's called. Melanini would tell you. She knows Vegas very well. Oh, I can't remember. Oh, I can't remember. But anyway, and then the next day I drove them all to the Hoover Dam. And they were all like, how come you're driving all right? I could never do this. How come you're driving? And I was just driving a Cadillac Escalade. But you know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter whether it's America, or if you're used to driving on the right, you're used to driving on the right. So it makes no difference if it's America, Italy, wherever. You know, I mean, there are minor variations, like in in America, you can turn right on a red light, which is, their only real meaningful addition to civilization. Oh, what's that? Oh, that's an Instagram thing. I never look at Instagram. I don't know why people I suppose people send me things on Instagram because they don't know that I don't look at Instagram. But there we are. Nettie's tyres probably need pumping up, says Tico. Well, we will check that before we use her with our new thing that is going to get a video all to itself, because I've used it now. So there'll be a video coming on this. I am very impressed with it. And I'm very impressed with the communication from the company. And I'm going to try to build a relationship with these people and work with them on future projects, because this is genuinely an impressive bit of kit. Far more impressive than Top Down. Way more impressive. And more cost effective. So I was just going to mention this in a couple of videos, but honestly, having used it and lived with it a bit, it's going to get a video all of its own, because I genuinely think that people should consider having one of these. And if I do a standalone video on it, the company will love me all the more, and they might send me some other things, because honestly, I want one of those in every car. It's really, really good. Little bit of a actually, it depends on your individual situation, but in my situation, that is a genuine game changer, and it's a really, really good bit of kit. So there'll be a video coming up on that very soon. And I repeat, I'm not being paid to make that video, and I am not under any constraints in terms of what I can say about it. I did get it free, but I've not signed anything to say that I won't say anything nasty about it. If it's a load of shit, I wouldn't do that. Neither am I actually being paid to make content about it. It's just I've been sent it free of charge, which is nice, on the basis that I will make some content about it. They wanted a standalone video, and I said, I'm not giving you a standalone video on a 50 or 60 quid bit of kit. That's not happening. I'll include it in a live stream and in a video or two, and if it's any good, I'll include it here and there going forward, and I'll put your link and code in the description of any video that's going on. But you're not getting a standalone video on it, not for a cheap bit of kit like that. But honestly, I am going to give it a standalone video because it's good. It's genuinely good. And as I say, for me at least, a little bit of a game changer, and I'm really delighted that I've got it. And again, as I say, the communications from the company are just brilliant. And I'd love to try more of their stuff. So I am going to try and build a relationship with them. Because if the rest of their stuff is as good as that, then, could be worthwhile for all of us. Right. Oh, hello. We've gone past midnight. So you'd probably better start saying your good nights. And yeah, I'll whiz through the rest of the comments, and then it will be time to settle back into Windy Bum. Ignore the chaos, which I'll clear up tomorrow. I've got a bit of a busy day tomorrow with this, that, and sadly none of the other. So yeah, it's going to be shower, definitely a shower. Hot and sticky, isn't it? Excuse me. Shower, supper, uncomfortable mattress. Right, let's whiz through the rest of these comments. Do you want to buy a Hilux micro camper? No, thank you, Nigel. That is all yours. I think you're onto something, Boaty, says Caregon 1. Right, now I can't read that, Andrew. Is it true Steve Betty stopped Mustard from turning up to last night's room? Well, we don't know. Well, unless the girls know, but I asked him and he wouldn't tell me, so no idea. Simone joined us at that point. Hooked on Classics, of course. Good evening. Good evening to you. Dinosaur Dad. Hello, Ross. So good to see you. Oh, so good to see you. Oh, and everybody's going mad to see Ross. How lovely. Oh, and he's all good. He's just been busy with work. There we are. And Ross says, Boaty must be made of steel. That crash looked bad. Oh, God, Ross, it was. Oh, God, it was. Hope you're on the mend. Oh, yeah, I suppose I am. I don't feel like I am, but, when I think how I am now compared to how I was 2 or 3 weeks ago, then I suppose I am. It just feels like I'm just still broken and I can't do anything. But I'm not as bad as I was. That's got to be said. That has got to be said, hasn't it? And yeah, fair play to me. I've looked back. I haven't got any mental trauma yet about that night, touch wood. And I've watched the video a couple of times. And I must admit, I've sort of thought, fucking, fair play, son. Fair play. You're hard as nails. That's honestly that, to be in that, and you weren't in my mind at the time. I thought I was dead, or I thought I was about to die, or I thought I was in the process of dying. I genuinely did not expect to survive that. And that does all go through your mind. And after the initial impact, and I knew it was a massive one, I've said this before, when I was being shoved back, I just thought, am I going to die while I'm still moving, or will I die after I stop? And I was just expecting to die. And I must admit, I've watched the video a couple of times and I've thought, yeah, fair play. Whipped the camera out, made some jokes. Yeah, that might cut out. I've kind of, yeah, I'll be honest, I've kind of been a bit impressed with myself when I do watch that video, because you might watch it and think, well, yeah, he wasn't really. I was fucked. Mentally, physically, I was fucked big time. And I still managed to whip the camera out, do a live stream, do a video, and inject a bit of humor into it. And that is one of the occasions where I will genuinely pat myself on the back and say, yeah, fair play. You talk about stuff you've done in the past. That was a bit of the old me, darling. That was a bit of the old me. In something like that, and you just man it out. Now, look at me blowing my own trumpet. Seriously, that was the old me coming out. That was the younger me coming out. The arrogant me thinking, yeah, of course I'm fine. And I was stupidly arrogant. I thought I was still going to go tenting on the Monday. It took me, and of course, Melanini came round on the Saturday. So, you know, your mind was elsewhere, and there was steak and there was nice wine. It took about 2 or 3 days for me to realize how badly broken I was. But that night, yeah, I thought, fuck it, I'm indestructible. I refused to go to hospital. No, just, I'll go home. I'll have curry. I'll have some wine. I'll be fine. There was no wine. Oh, dear. Anyway, Ross, lovely to have you back. Exactly, Peter P. Start saying your good night. Was the box pounded, say Simone? It was doubly pounded, but we've got a voice note.
Good morning, Boaty.
Good morning.
Pound that box if you woke up in the morning wearing a willy warmer. But you didn't put it there.
Oh.
Twat.
Right. The double pounding is going to become a triple pounding because I'm contractually unable to ignore a pounding demand. So, 1 box, £1, 1 triple pounding. 3, 2, 1, in it goes. Thank you, Simone. And I think that's kind of appropriate, actually, a triple pounding, because I had a good Monday. Right, let's have a look. Oh, that sounds nice, Kate Camper. Laying in a field, watching the meteor shower and listening to Boaty. Good night all. Oh, I want something like that in my life. I need to get I need a netty night next Monday. I'm going to do it. I'm going to book it over the next few days. Next Monday, I'm going away in netty, come what may. I'll make do somehow. If I can't get up into the overcap bed, I'll sleep downstairs. Whatever. But we're going away in netty. It's been too damn long. And we've got a new table. How exciting is that? So it's going to be a netty Monday, next Monday. And then Monday after, Grand Hotel, Llandudno, with Emma. And of course, Little Lemon. And that's going to be amazing. I'm really excited about that. I did get an ice cream for being a brave boy. I can't even imagine the G-forces involved in actually pushing your car backwards from going 40 miles an hour. It would have been about 45, but when the car that's hitting you is doing double that, then Newton's law of motion or whatever it is does its thing, and suddenly you're going backwards. I did get to ride home with Policeman Badger, or Policeman and Policewoman, or Policeman Woman Badger. You haven't lived until you've had 2 near-death experiences. You've got to learn a lot to learn about death, Boaty. I've been as close as I fancied, to be honest. And then there are some good nights flying around. Christian will not be at the Grand singing again. The Grand let him go very shortly after I was there last. And there we are. Right, that's going to be it for tonight, darlings. Let me thank each and every one of you for your company. I really genuinely appreciate it, and I've loved tonight as I always love our time together. Where are we? Tuesday. So let me wish each and every one of you a safe and peaceful night. Let me wish you a good day ahead. May it bring you joy. May it bring you pleasure. May it at the very least be a manageable Wednesday. And, you know, we're going to be back tomorrow night. I would love it if you could join us. That would be fabulous because, you know, it's the best time of my day. It's the time I get to spend with you lot. And I genuinely love you all dearly. So the candle will be relit tomorrow, same place, Windy Bum, same time, 11 o'clock. Please join me and join your friends and compatriots there in the community if you possibly can. I hope you can. Can't wait to see you tomorrow at 11. In the meantime, all the love in the world from me. Thank you all again. And on that note, pachoo! And indeed, oh yes, a triple pounded box. Bosh. Good night, darlings.